What is up, everyone? Welcome to Next on Deck. Hoping you're having a good Saturday so far. I am pretty freaking stoked for today's build. Static Age, how are you doing? Yeah, today I am finally getting the chance to rebuild. I guess it's almost like a full build because I've got a new PCB and everything. But I'm rebuilding my Bauer with some lavender switches. I'm really excited. I'm trying out the Carbon GS2, which I used in the Hippos, which I've been enjoying quite a bit. The music might be a little loud. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm ready to get this board back. For those of you who don't know, who have not been informed of the lore behind my Bauer, I had it built with mauves, and I spilled an entire glass of wine on it. It worked for a while, but then it decided it didn't want to do that anymore. It didn't want to work anymore. So, yeah. So I got a new shout outs to Garrett from Omnitype, for hooking me up with a PCB and everything for this. Slap at the base. DD Decline, thank you for the 18 months. Me neither, man. I'm excited. Yeah, it was definitely not a good thing. I do not recommend spilling wine on a keyboard. Can definitely do some damage. So morning DD and morning Static, because it's not afternoon for y'all just yet. For the West Coast boys, it's still early in the morning. But yeah. All right, let's go head on over here. Let's take a look at everything. Right? That's definitely what extra these are for. Unfortunately, I didn't have one, so I had to reach out to Garrett from Omnitype, and he it's like, hey, can I buy another PCB? He's like, yeah, sure. So got me set up with a brand new PCB, brand new daughter board and everything, which is nice because I feel like I'm not really sure exactly where the issue was. So we're changing out the daughter board and everything. This is a V1 Bauer. If you're not familiar with it, this is what it looks like. The V2s, or the Bauer 2s, are coming out soon. You got, this one is the gray with the brass bottom. Are you going to tape mod it? No, I'm not. As you can see, I've got a little bit of patina going on there. Had this board for over a year now. It's been a hot minute, but about a year and a half now. Really do enjoy this board. I love this board. It feels great. It sounds great. It looks really good. But yeah, I have a palm plate for mine, which I don't think was as popular, or I'm not sure if it was as readily available as the aluminum and brass options. So yeah, remove tape mod, and it ripped the JST connector off and took a trace with it and killing one of the, oh my gosh, holy crap. That is awful. See, that's my thing with the tape mod. You got to be careful what tape you use. I feel like all these people that are using like masking tape and stuff, I feel like the only thing that would be somewhat safe to use would be like painter's tape. And even then, like, you should probably change it out periodically. Yeah, I think masking tape, the issue is that when tapes heat up, or get like relatively hot, they leave a residue regardless of if it's like a non-residue leaving tape. Like that's the thing about like gaffer's tape, like it doesn't typically leave a residue, but if you leave it somewhere for a long time, it'll leave a residue. And if it gets warm and heats up. But yeah, I want to get this, I'm gonna take the JST connector out of here. I'm gonna get this open up, take a look at the bottom a little bit. And get that old JST connector out. It was masking tape. That sucks, man. That's so awful. And it's like, it's even worse if you're doing it on a board that uses a proprietary PCB. Because then you're kind of fucked. Dude, thanks, Static. I'm really happy with them. They did such a good job with it. They're kind of hard, yeah. Tintonis was talking about this. This is my Plum Iron 165. I'm gonna move the chat over just a little bit. Move Twitch chat over. There we go. Go back in your home. All right. So this is my Plum Iron 165 with Bingsu. And I've got 3 of the Lividity, some dust and stuff on there. 3 of the Lividity Travis Scott Jordan 1 caps. This was like a mystery raffle that he does. He does like a mystery cap a lot of times in his raffles. So this was one. And I was like, in the notes, I put only Jordan 1, please. And then he sent me the invoice and it was just for 3 of these because I put for 3. So I got Moses Puppeteer, and then of course the classic Observer. Little touches of red on there too, which is really nice. So yeah, they're really good, and it fits like in person. It's not as good of a match, but it does fit fairly well with the color scheme of Bingsu. Yo, Eric, what desk are you currently using? So, funnily enough, it's not actually a desk. The desk that I use is basically just, it's a countertop from IKEA. So they make a marble countertop, obviously. And then I've got some of their legs and then 2 Alex drawers that make up this desk. So that's basically what it is. Streaking Bison says, I was trying painter's tape and it removed okay. Ended up not using it on any boards as the volume of the boards sound seemed weird, artificial. I feel like tape mod, I don't know. I think when you add some sort of adhesive to the solderable surface, I think you just leave yourself open to like future issues. Sorry, one thing that's bad about the WoW stick, if anyone has this, is that some boards, the bits aren't long enough. Like this one specifically, the bits aren't long enough to reach all the way down to screw and unscrew. So that's why, like, if you look at my Bauer, get the top off. If you look at the Bauer here, it's got some little marks around some of the holes from trying to use the WoW stick. See that little guy? Yeah, let's get this daughter board out, replace it. One thing that I want to give props to Garrett on for the design of the Bauer, and I'm pretty sure that this held over to the Bauer 2. The utilization of the same screw head size for all of the screws on the board. It's nice to not have to like change out your bit when you're doing different pieces of the board. You can just you get one and then you go. Tape mod makes you feel a little bit of a keyboard boomer. Just makes you feel old and disgruntled. See, I feel like I feel that too with the tape mod, but I also like I think it's cool that people are trying stuff like that, because if you look at like I see tape mod the same way as I saw Switch stickers back in the day, where it was like, what's the point? Like, this is a pain in the ass. It takes forever. Doesn't really do that much. And you, like, it's kind of scuffed process. Turn my music down a little bit. Feels a little loud. But hopefully.
Eric is streaming. Might as well call in a thunderstorm.
Yeah, it's getting darker outside, which is why my face camera is getting rough. Hey, there I am. Yeah, it's like I have a window right behind here. And it is like the sky is like the color of this mat. It is like this dark blue color here. So, yeah. Luckily enough, I'm not at the old apartment where literally every time there was a storm, I would get screwed and my power would go out. Luckily, I haven't had that happen here. So, but, all right. I want to lose our screws. We're doing some old school GMK stabs. I think most of these are already cut. Oh, no. Some GMK screw-ins. But either I had a bunch and then I got sent a bunch. So, and I prefer them over the Durock stuff, the Durock V1s. I haven't tried the V2s still, but I'm working through my stock. Yeah, it was sunny like an hour ago. I'm really excited about the fact that Anubis is gonna be difficult to deal with if this storm is actually bad. I think since I've been here for the past like 4 months now, I had the power go out once. And it like flickered off for like 5 minutes and then came back on, and that's because the building itself got struck by lightning. You can always have a mouse fall on your desk during your stream like Lang. I need to go back and watch that VOD. I heard about that. That would only happen to Lang. I got to see Chewy this morning. Oh. I'm gonna have to grab another. I'll snap it off. Another insert. Chewy came by, picked up his Moto Light, dropped off the balance. Such a wild stream last. Dun, 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 dun. It's funny because I feel like the art of clipping a stab is now lost. Everyone uses the Durox. Right, I gotta go grab another insert because I wasn't paying attention and I broke a part off that I didn't want to. Give me a second, I'll be right back. All right. Got our inserts. This one was already clipped. Sorry, bud. This is like, I'm gonna get away from the window. So I have like a door, like a to my patios like right here, and I put his bed right in front of it so he can look out the window, because you know puppers love to sit and gaze out the window. Sorry. And whenever it rains or storms, first thing he does is he gets up and moves. So I thought it wasn't supposed to rain today, though. I thought it was supposed to rain tomorrow. I guess it's supposed to rain today and tomorrow, too. Damn, son. Sucks. You don't know what I was doing there. I was just shaking that up. 'Cause sometimes the oil, the lube kind of separates just a little bit. You just want to get a little, just want to mix it up. Oh shit, it's like super ultra windy. Dude, it was like beautiful earlier. I took Anubis out this morning and now it is just, it's looking like the sky's about to open up and just bring its wrath on top of Plano. Anyone have big plans this weekend? Anyone doing anything fun? Building any cool boards? Get any new key sets this week that you're excited about putting on something? Any switches that you're excited about lubing up, trying out? I know that, is it, I don't know how to say it. Is it Monoke? The Singa collab that they're doing got announced yesterday, the 40%. Like 40-ish%. I'm building a certain 70% in a few hours. Specking out a new PC build. Too many options to choose. Hell yeah. Yeah, if you like ortho boards, go follow DD Decline later this afternoon. He is building a very special board. Sigma. Yeah. Sigma balls. Talking about the Overwatch character, okay? So much meme possibility. All right. So what are you putting in your new PC, Streaking Bison? You getting any are you going 3070, 3080, 3080 Ti, or you throwing it down and doing a 3090? Also, you going Intel or AMD? It's funny because I saw recently that AMD now has the more of the market share than Intel for like the enthusiast PC market. Dodo, what up, dude? How you doing? 3070 Ti and a 5800X. Hell yeah. Hard choices are the extras that want a whiteout build. Yeah, for sure. I will say like one thing I think both Dave and myself wish that we would have done differently when we first started building PCs. Obviously, this is not your first one, but is we spent so much money on the aesthetics, like getting matching fans and cables and all this stuff that like didn't really matter, when in reality, if we just would have like put that extra money into the hardware itself, we wouldn't have had to upgrade as quickly as we did. Because like that was my thing, is like looking back, like I had RGB, I have, cable mod cables that were matching to the white build that I had, and now I don't even have like RGB in any of it. Also, I do regret spending the extra money on a liquid cooler, because I feel like I didn't see the benefit. Like I feel like, at least in the case that I used, it like harmed my GPU temperatures more than it helped the actual CPU. But that's because I was using like an S340, and you have to put the 240 rad in the front. But I don't know. I'm getting a new Bison logo to etch on my side glass for sure, but unsure if I really need all the RGBs. Yeah. My thing, the only time that it was helpful, so I had a NZXT Hue Plus, which was really big when I built my PC. I don't even think they make it anymore, because everything's so integrated. But they had an integrated like lighting scheme for Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is a game that Dave and I played a bunch at that time. And when the bomb was planted, it would glow, and your health, it would be green. As you got lower, it would turn orange. And then when you died, it would turn red. The whole like lighting setup. But then when the bomb was planted, it would tick. It would pulse the lights and tick in time with the bomb. So I could literally look at my PC and figure out how much time was left on the bomb timer, which was like kind of broken if you get good at it. Like if you play the game enough and you understand the timing enough. But I want to thank you for the tier 1 for 19 months. Dude. Let's crazy how long we've been streaming at this point. Like, it's crazy how much support we've gotten from y'all and how much like big shout outs to everyone in chat watching and everyone who's, you know, tuned into the stream over the past like year and a half. Because last year was super rough for everyone. It was super rough for me personally, and this stream did a lot. This community has done a lot. So shout outs to all y'all. Dude, there is a tree outside of my window right here that is literally like it's doing this. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Just know if I die right now, Dave gets whatever's left of my keyboard collection. Mr. Keebs has got dibs on the iron, or not the iron, on the orange 75. Got helicopter tree. Dude, that's scary. It makes me think that there's like fucking cyclone. Stupid bullets, what up? Morning. Although it's like 12:30 for me, but dude, last year was the worst hobby, or was the worst, but this hobby literally saved my life. True. So Dave's the person to bribe? Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could just hold the Baka 70 hostage until you get what you want. Although I don't feel like you'd have to do much bribing, because I feel like my two most wanted boards are 65%, and I don't think Dave's really in the market for wanting to use them. Now, you might have to fight over them with Abracadaniel. She might want the Iron 165, but he would give an immediately good idea. I'm leaning towards the 011 Dynamic for a new PC case. Hell yeah. I actually looked at that one because I wanted to do more of like an airflow build when I 2 years ago now, when I did like a refresh on my build, and I swapped to a 9900K, and it's a great PC case. Dave would hold out on me to prevent me. True. Alright. Away, we're gonna put it off to the side. Oh, gonna be shaken. That's a Plum Iron 165 with Bingsu, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Also, Dave dropped this off today. Shout outs again to the boy Nebulant for making these for Dave and myself. Nice little cork bottom, just a nice little coaster. So shout outs to Neb for making these for Dave and myself. Pretty cool. Yo, this tree's gonna snap. Like, no cap. This tree is gonna snap. All right. Busting out the XHT. Yeah, BDZ. I always want to call it DBZ, but it's not. The God Wire Lube. Which, guys, if you haven't used this, I would highly recommend at least giving it a shot. You got to snap it first. Always snap first. True. True. DBZ Lube is fire. Yeah, exactly. Where do you get it from? You can get it from 3D Keebs or Space Cables, which is shout outs to Space Cables, provided the lube that I'm using. He's like, have you tried it? I was like, no. He's like, I'll send you some. I was like, okay. I'm not going to say no to that. Sent some for Dave and myself. So very grateful to Mr. Reagan for doing that. Fellow Texan. Although my Texas pride is wavering slightly, but that's a conversation for another time. Oh, man. All right. I think the tree might be safe now. Not quite as aggressively bending as it was. Also, I feel like I might get it. Either that or there's something that keeps hitting. I feel like I keep hearing a static noise. I'm trying to like recreate it, but I can't. Or maybe it's from the music. What's happening in Texas? I was only home for like 2 weeks and didn't see anything. We have an interesting governor. I'll leave it at that. He's a very interesting governor who does very interesting things. I would just look it up. Makes me like, I don't know. I feel bad for all the people who are in businesses that require like people to leave. Like, I work for a company that is mainly an online business and deals with mostly business to business sales. But coming from like the hospitality industry, I feel bad for all the people who are in the hospitality industry, the restaurant industry, and the live music industry, because our perpetual idiocy on dealing with what's happening in the world, it's making it take much longer than it needed to. So I'll have to bite my tongue or else my commanding officer may kick down my door. Oh, unlucky. What do I prefer between the GMMK Pro and the ID80 V2? You know, man, I haven't dealt with either of those personally, so I wouldn't exactly know how to answer that question. But I do know that people really enjoy the ID80 stuff. Stray Chroma, she's a fellow streamer here on the platform. and she is a big fan of the ID80. So I would check out her streams if you want more info about that, or if you want to see that in a deeper aspect. And then the GMMK Pro, there's obviously tons of stuff out there. I think it's a board that's pretty good. I mean, it's nothing to like write home about. I don't think it's quite the group buy killer that it was, that it was marketed as. But I think it's a good board for the price. I think it gets a lot more hate than it necessarily should. I think it's better than... I would say it's probably at least on par, maybe even a little bit better than what I expected, at least from what I've heard from other people about their experiences with it. It's definitely not my headset, by the way. There's just things hitting because it's very windy right now. I would not be surprised if it started hailing. That would not, like, if all of a sudden golf balls just started raining from the sky, that would not surprise me in the slightest. But it doesn't really, it's not like raining. It's just dark. Gross. All right. We almost done with stabs. Where? Here we go. Throw that to the side for a second. I can't believe that desk mat is so clean. What do you mean? Like, in terms of dealing with the opaque gross shit? Not covered in lube? Yeah. I mean, I keep it clean, keep it tidy. Also, you can always get like you can wash desk mats fairly easily. I just use like a dishwashing brush and some of the Tide Free and Gentle, and that cleans up your that'll help clean up your desk mats. I need to buy. Somehow I have way more stabs than I have like screws. I need to go to like a hardware store and see if I can, or go online and buy just a whole bunch of stab screws. So I've had a couple boards that we've built for people where they will like, I've had at least twice where they send us screw-in stabs without the screws. So I've had to harvest or use my own personal screw. which is fine, but it's like, come on, man. XHT is almost permanent. Maybe. One reason I like using clip-ins, yeah. Screw deficit is definitely a perpetual thing. Why is that screw head so small? Probably not. It's a different stab screw. Are we still talking about stabs? Ow, static. Dude, I'm almost sure that this tree that's in front of me will fall before I leave this apartment. Like before my lease is up, this tree is gonna die. It's gonna snap. Look at how tiny this head is. That's what she said. Look at that. It's so small. Sorry, it's too early to degen. It's okay. It's okay. I forget. Just for reference, this is an actual. See how much larger it is? Weird. I don't even know what that's from. Okay. Some switchy boys. I'm actually really excited for these. Because these switches are mighty fun. So I feel like I'm going to very much enjoy them. It's always weird on a palm plate because it's like super flexible. Like you don't know how to hold it correctly. Aussie streams got me wanting to pick up photography again. Dude, right? I feel like everyone can learn so much about like composition from him. J.U. Park, what up? How you doing, my dude? I bent that pin. More in here. Some rigidity somewhat in this plate. All right, let's just see stabs. See how we did. See if we need to make any adjustments. Using your wife's Fujifilm X100. Was a little sneak peek. Any good Sony lens recommendations? Picked up the Tamron 16 to 70 already. Dude, honestly, any of the Sigma 1.4s. This camera, this one. This is a Sigma 16 millimeter 1.4, and I think it looks great. It's just like a super versatile lens. Chewy like swears by the 30 millimeter. So they have a 16, a 30, and a 56, I think. Those three are just like the best. Dr. Doofin. Sigma Art Primes. Good to know y'all like them. Yeah, dude. Sigma stuff is just like really good. All right, let's see. Let me the cleaners off. We good. Good, boys and girls. We good. That little test. Because these are already feeling, sounding good. It's going to be poppy. Are you using full frame or APS-C? So I am using APS-C. I have so this camera, it's a 6000. It's an A6000. This camera is an A6500, which I guess is no longer available. I would say if you're looking to get into APS-C or looking to get into like that Sony mirrorless line right now, it's definitely worth it to wait a little bit instead of getting like a 60,000 or 6,100 for the future of your, it's raining now, for the future of your photography and videography needs, mainly videography. Worth it to wait a little bit and pick up a either a 63, 64, or 60, like something 63 and up, because the biggest difference between those is the picture profiles that you get on the 6300 and up, because those are awesome and they can really change the way it really allows you to dial in your picture. At least for video, it doesn't have as much of effect on like photography, but it still can. But that's a huge thing that I really enjoy about the 6500 that is really lacking on the A6000. Right now, Dave and I are saving up to get some full frame cameras. That's our goal at the end of the year. At least, or well, not to the end of the year. Once the A7 IV comes out, we've been hoarding channel money, all the sub money and donation money that we've gotten. Really, so far, pretty much this entire year is going towards getting Dave and myself a full frame camera, so that way we can kind of move up, get a little bit better quality. Not that it's bad, not that it's lacking, but I think we want something that's a little bit better. Want to be able to take a little bit better pictures. So yeah, the A6600 is sick. I got the 65 before the 66 came out, obviously, but yeah, the A6600 is awesome. And mine also has in-body stabilization, and using like the old school, like I've considered spending, there's a company, I can't remember the name of the company, but they make like rehoused vintage lenses, and you can get like a full cinema set where they like fully spec them out to be like used for video. And I guess you could use them for camera as well, or I mean, for photos as well. Yeah, I think we're gonna start pretty simple with the full frame stuff, because obviously we're not doing anything crazy. It's mainly just streaming. So luckily Sigma has the 24-70. That's not too expensive in relativity and is a really high quality lens for the Sony full frame. So excited to get that. Just depending on whenever Sony decides they want to actually release that A7 IV, if and when. But yeah. If you want to help us get these cameras, hit that subscribe button. See if you got a primer available. Any primer? It's funny because we like hear stories about like different streamers, you know, buying things with like subathon money and stuff. We're just like, we just want new cameras or computer stuff or keyboard stuff. You'll have a donation for those of us. No, we might do something in the fall. I mean, we have our donation link in the description, but you don't have to do that. Although I very much appreciate it, Static. We might do like another longer stream, not like subathon again, but like maybe like what we did on the 3-year anniversary of the channel, where we do like a 12-hour stream, the super stream, what I'm gonna call it. Decided. We might do something like that with some giveaway incentives for subs and stuff. I don't know. I've always been weird about like doing like direct donation goals, because I feel like if someone's just donating money, I don't feel like they're getting as much as they could. Whereas if they at least like subscribe, or like subscriptions, you at least get something in return. You know? I don't know. But Dave and I never like really push, except for in like the whatchamacallit streams. We don't really push sub goals or donation goals or anything. I think we're both just happy that people stick around and hang out and listen to our dumbasses talk. It is pouring now. Tree's still alive. It's not windy at all. Literally, tree's not moving. Do any of y'all have like a specific like genre of music you like to listen to when it's raining? Is there something that like you turn to on a rainy day, whether it's music or TV shows or a movie? Do you like to... I think this one's not fully closed. It's not. I know for me, I enjoy listening to like when it's rainy outside. I like to listen to like more somber, like slow, like acoustic music and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of like how when it's like really nice outside, summer, or it's like spring, I like to listen to like upbeat pop punk, you know, like gets you stoked. There's a band called The Story so far. I listen to like their first 2 albums a lot on days that's, you know, it's like really nice outside, and you know, it just kind of puts you in the mood to like go out and do stuff. Get shit done. What up, Mickey Gee? Congratulations again on your win this past Wednesday. Hopefully you enjoy your cap. And if you're new here, first and foremost, drop a follow. But I'm just one half of Mechs on Deck. The other half, Dave. We do a talk show every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. We talk about things in the community, what's happening, what's going on. Talk about the drama. Give our opinions on things. We don't do like group buy reviews or anything like that. It's not that. It's more just talking about things that are happening in the community. Talking about just the way things are, the way things go, and kind of our opinions on those. It's more just like a talk show, you know, more like a podcast style show. Just 2 dudes hanging out, talking about keyboards. Wednesdays are always a treat. Wednesdays we have someone from the community. Sometimes it's multiple people from the community. Let's talk about what they do. Whether that's a streamer, designer, keycap designer, or a vendor. But this month, for the month of August, for the next few weeks, we have artisan makers coming on every Wednesday talking about their craft, talking about what they do. This next week, I believe we've got 2 people this week. Yeah, we've got 808 and Dread Keys coming on this week. And that happens Wednesday at 8 p.m., which I'm really excited about. I love having people on talk about different things. I feel like the artisan community Doesn't necessarily get as much of the Twitch spotlight as it deserves. So yeah, come hang out, and you can be like Mickey and possibly win a cap. We do be building a Bauer. We do. How you doing, Manoli? It is very rainy. It's so weird. It's the middle of August. I live in Dallas, Texas. It's normally like 115 right now, but it's 90 degrees and raining. Sorry, 87. It just updated. 87 degrees and raining. Sick. And then it's supposed to be like 95. What's hilarious is it'll rain. It's 1 o'clock right now for me. That didn't bend. Felt like it bent. It'll rain. It's like raining relatively hard right now. 4 o'clock, the rain will be gone. The streets will be dry. Because it's just going to randomly stop. Just like it randomly started. And then it's just going to get fucking hot again. I guess that's good because it doesn't get too humid, you know. It's so fucking hot in New York right now. I'm sorry, man. Gotta bust out the shorts. T-shirts, the tank tops, the sunscreen, or just stay inside and use air conditioning. Unless you don't have it, which I know for our boys up in the northwest, they don't. And they're getting scorched right now. I was talking to Quakeums last night. He was talking about how hot it was and then like super annoying. Redline 808, what up? How you doing? You having a good Saturday? How does this happen? Like, I didn't put this switch in. Let's see if I can show you. Just the leaf just bent in half perfectly. Like sandwiched. You see that? It's like bent. How's that even happen? It's like, we'll come back to you if we need you. Super chill day. Glad I could catch the stream. Well, I'm glad you're here as well. You enjoy your stay. And if not, then, you know, I guess I'm sorry. It looks so dark in my apartment. It's funny. It looks like this is like the stream lighting for like a normal stream. You doing okay, bud? All right. Okay. He's not happy. You okay? Okay. Okay, bud? It's not even thundering. He's just not a fan. Just not about it. I would not be surprised if he got up and went and hid in my bathroom. That's another thing he likes to do. Lays down in front of the tub on my bath mat. Like it's his bed. Oh, there's lightning. Sick. Well, stream might go down. We'll see. We'll see. Like actually shaking. Good Lord. I gotta put his thunder coat on. All right. Sorry about that. Had to get his coat on. He gets a little scared. He's not a fan of the storms. He starts shaking. And the thunder coat helps him out. As much as he hates putting it on. The palm plate on this looks so clean. Yeah, dude. You know, I don't even know. I don't know if the palm for the V1 was a public offering or if it was like a request thing. I think it might have been like an extra deal. I know it wasn't in one of the kits, but I love me some palm. That one flowed right in there. Have I tried other plate materials? No, I haven't. Well, yes, in a sense of like I've tried Dave's wife's keyboard that has the brass plate, but I haven't built other Bauers because Dave built that for her. I didn't build that. But I haven't tried the aluminum. This is the only plate I have for it. I don't have another plate. I don't have any palm plates for my current boards. One from a KFE CE when it ships. Hell yeah. All right, now it's time to check. Do we have a bent pin? Any benders? No benders, it looks like. Let me do another one. Another once through. I think we're good. We got a twister. That guy's trying to twist out. All right. I think we good. I think we good. We're good. I think Palm's one of my favorite materials, just in the sense that it feels and sounds like, I don't know how to put this. It sounds very natural. I feel like feels and sounds very natural. It's got a nice like bounce to it, without like falling apart, I guess. Like it's got enough rigidity that it's not just like feels like nothing's there. But it has a really good sound to it. It's a little bit deeper than what you would get out of like a polycarb plate. Mm-mm. 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 Oh man, while I'm doing this, let's take some time to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, partners. First up, we've got OmniType, maker of Bauer. You can head on over to omnitype.com mexondeck.omnitype.com. I think you may still have a little bit to get in on Botanical, and you do. I just checked. You can get Botanical too still. Don't tell Garrett. He might not know. I'm sure he knows. But if you still need to get it, go pick it up. Last couple hours to get Botanical 2 before it goes away for quite a while. It may never come back again. So go check it out. Next up, we've got Project Keyboard, mexondeck.project.link. GMK Slasher is live. Go check it out. GMK Retro Wave is also still running. It runs till the end of the month, so go check that out as well. Also, you can get into some extras if you missed out on Bingsu. I know he'll be putting up pre-orders for Bingsu soon. As well as he'll have some more keyboard news down the pipeline. So stay up to date on what's going on over there at mexondeck.project.link. Next up, Canon Keys, canonkeys.com/mexondeck. They got a lot. They're doing it big over there at Canon Keys. If you didn't see their Instagram post earlier today, they have another round of the Brutalist boards coming out later this week. I believe it's the 18th. So definitely keep your ears to the ground about that. But they got a couple other things that I'm excited about. They got some new slow springs, similar springs to what I'm using in the Lavenders today. Way too much. Go. CK slow springs, get them in 53, 58, 63 and a half, and 69 gram variants. So definitely check those out. As well as they've got a couple different keycap sets running right now. I think it's GMK A, GMK Hu High, GMK Jags, and GMK Moomin. Lots of GMK happening over at cannonkeys.com/mexondeck. So definitely go check it out. And of course, if you haven't yet, check out the Anubis Switch. Maybe pair them with some 69 gram CK Slow Springs. That's a pairing that I would definitely recommend. And then last but not least, on the sponsors, Kinetic Labs. Heading over to kineticlabs.store/mexondeck. They've got tons of stuff. I actually just got in, I'll show it off on Tuesday. Just got in both the PBT Polycaps whale and octopus sets. I know he's planning on restocking those soon. They've been super popular, so definitely go check those out. As well as the GS2, which is what we're using in the lavenders today. And then, of course, the symmetric springs as well. So go check that out over at kineticlabs.store/mexondeck. And then, of course, shout outs to our partners. I almost said sponsors. We just went through those. Partners, Zap Cables. Go to zapcables.com. Pick yourself up a fancy cable. And if you want to build one yourself, they got the stuff that you need to get one made for yourself. And then we've got Smith & Rune. Go to smithrune.com. If you like the board that is sitting up here, you can get more information about it there, as well as more information about an upcoming buy that'll be shared. That'll be an in-stock buy for a polycarb, smoky polycarb version of the Iron 165. So definitely want to stay in touch with what's happened over there at smithrune.com. You can also head on over to Typebeast, typebea.st. Check out their newsletter. Get signed up for it. Sending it out monthly. You want to stay in the know with what's happening. Get someone else's opinion. Someone who's been in the hobby for a long time. Get to know what's going on. Get to know what they think. Sign up for that newsletter. And then last but not least, of course, Davis the Great. 3D Keebs. Shout outs to 3D Keebs. Head on over there. If you need some XHT BDZ lube, you can pick it up there. If you want a big ass mouse pad, they've got them. Go check that out at 3dkeebs.com. All right, I'm done with my sponsors and partners. We got there. We have completed the shill. How would you compare GS2 to 205 grade 0? You know, I'll have to get back to you on that. As far as like feel, because I haven't spent a lot of time with GS2 quite yet. But as far as like the lube process of it, GS2 is much thinner than 205 grade 0. But it definitely feels like you can pretty easily overdo GS2. I had like one switch where I was trying out like different levels, and I had one point where I was like, all right, this is too much lube. Let me back off a little bit, and then that be what I go with. As far as like my technique and process for lube and the lavenders. But I think GS2 is it's good. I think it helps smooth out. It's not quite as thick. So if you want something that's maybe just a little slightly more forgiving, then maybe GS2 is for you. Or you don't want quite a mushy feel, but you still want the smoothness. GS2 could be for you. And it's back in stock, I think. They just got it back in stock over at kineticlabs.store/mexondeck. Thanks for letting me show again. Okay, need to clean this. used a bit too much there, and the pin was slightly bending forward, which I'm not a fan of. Which, like, obviously, I don't know. A lot of y'all in chat build boards all the time, but if you don't know, you can remove little bits of solder. Like if you've over soldered a pad by just like cleaning off your iron, heating up it, and then like scraping up, will pull just a little bit of solder off. Like if you just need to remove just a little bit. Obviously, don't spend, like a minute on the pad because that can damage it. But have y'all used the CK slow springs? They look similar to symmetric springs, but not sure if they're the same. I think they're the same. I am not sure. I have not used them yet. But to my knowledge, I believe they are very similar, if not the same. They could be from the same vendor, just packaged obviously for Canon keys rather than Kinetic Labs. But I am not sure. But I do know this. I am a simp for two-stage springs at this point. The symmetric springs, that style of springs. I just think it adds so much to a Switch. If you've never tried them, I highly, highly recommend picking it up. It's one of the most impactful modifications that I have found with a Switch outside of lubing. Like more so than films, unless the Switch like really needs films, but it's definitely very worth it if you've never tried them. It's worth spending just a little bit of money to pick them up. If you're picking up something else, just give them a try. Just give them the old college try. All right, boys and girls, we're almost done with our solder. Is there a specific PCB you'd recommend for a Baka build? Not necessarily. I've used, like in my Baka, I have a Zeal V4, a Zeal 60 V4, which obviously isn't available anymore. But I know Dave really enjoys the ANSI in it. I have an ANSI in my Sirius. I think it's a great PCB. So I would try out the ANSI. I believe they just released a V2. You definitely want to use something with USB-C. That would be my one, like, absolute, is to get USB-C. Barely added some 3203 to the Anubis switches, and I like them that way. And the symmetric springs with some 105. Yeah, absolutely. The symmetric springs for the Anubis switches are like a must. They're like a must. Let's get VIA open. Let's do some test. Some test. I think we're good on. I'll leave it on just in case. Get in the hole. I hate JST connectors. They suck it. In the hole, bitch. Like my singing. There we go. We got there. Finally. I hate this song. Oh, where's this? Nope, not you. All right, there we go. Okay. Boom. All right. Where's Via? Switch hitter. All right. Let's change this. All right, let's test it out. We good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Home. And page up, page down. And there we go. Boom. Caps lock control. Interesting. I have like 4 DZ60s. Unlucky. Unless they're like the newer ones. The newer ones aren't so bad. What? Oh, it's when. What? Oops. Weird. Oh, that's right. Because this is left control. There we go. All right, I think we're good. Oh, wow. That was a volume minus. Not what I expected. All right, we're good. Let's get them put together. Bro, that interview last week with Doohickeys Yaws, what are your top 4 favorite foods? Old boy said, I like potato chips and cereals. I was dying. True. True. Probably very high. Probably very high. All right. Let's get this guy put on. I love the little... You got Bauer. Yeah, Bauer. It's the little touches about this board that are nice. You got plate cut out for the Bauer logo. A heart over the Wilba logo. Just a little thing that makes the board just that much. Get these screws in. Let's get it going. Get some caps on. Again, this bit is not long enough for this. This is definitely a board that you don't want to like go full in max torque with your screws. You got a Bauer 2. You don't want to go super in. You want to go like hand tight and then like maybe like a turn or 3/4 of a turn. Like, you don't want it to be super, super tight. Because you don't want, you'll risk, you run into issues with like stripping the threads. It's not meant for that. It's got, you don't want to compress those gaskets too much. You just want it snug. Where everyone's friends, but they're not fighting, you know? All right. Let me let me get this desk mat out of here. I want to dirty up fancy new Bauer. Everything got way darker. The lavenders look super good in that build, dude. That they do. I am a no desk mat guy. Typically use a Zowie GSR, but I do have a bunch of desk mats that I. We're gonna use this one because I think it's one, it's fitting. And I think it looks very aesthetically pleasing. I do like the visual aspect of this desk mat. Put that. All right, we don't need to turn that off. Now, obviously, I gave y'all a little sneak preview as to what we were gonna do. We got Moto Light. And we're going full Omni type hype right now. Moto Light. If you haven't gotten this set, one thing that I think is really cool, look, the inside of the box, the bottom like half is the green or teal, and then the top half is the reddish pink. Cool touch. Cool touch. Nice little touch. See? Boom, 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 boom. Nice touch, you know? Work with what you got. That's not flip. We got a flipper. Right, we don't know what color accents we're going to do quite yet, but we are going to do one. We're going to go color. Let's get in here. This is going to be a very classy build. Dude, there's nothing like putting a brand new GMK set on a board. It's just like the fresh GMK just feels so good. It would be cool if there was someone that could like refinish the caps to like this same state. The closest I've been able to get is if you, oops, Definitely put those the wrong way. If you have like an ultrasonic cleaner and you ultrasonic clean the caps, that definitely helps quite a bit. Don't need you. But still, there's nothing like that fresh plastic. Fresh. Um, dude. This is gonna be good. I'm getting excited. Gotta take off. Nasty Naders, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. Dude, thanks, man. I think I will. Just based on the little bits I'm typing on this, I have a feeling that this will be staying on my desk for a little bit, at least, if not longer. Oh, boy, howdy. Mochi Komi, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. You were talking earlier. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. And if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to follow. Curious how this looks in person compared to muted. Unfortunately, I don't have muted. I wish I did. But I don't. Yeah, I love the clean look as well. I think it looks really good. So we're gonna go. Oh, I have the right. I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna do versus what this says it's gonna. I think I'm gonna go delete, page up, page down, in. I think is what I want to do. That's what I'm feeling. I love how I came into the hobby wanting the brightest colors possible and now partial to beige and this type of gray. Dude, for real. Like, I love the way this looks. It's just so classy, you know? It's just so classy. Like this, like, I think most people would say that this board from a color aspect is kind of boring. There's nothing special about the colors. It's just gray, beige. It looks good. It looks good. Gotta figure out these two. We're gonna use them. We know that much. All right. I think it's up. Down. Is that right? Yeah. We did it. It makes pairing up artisans with a set easy. Yeah, absolutely. It's got the old keyboard aesthetic to it. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. One thing, I wish I had a 1.2. We'll be all right. This is a fairly bare bones base kit, so can't complain. Nubis is just mad chilling now. He's no longer shaking. Also stopped raining, but the tree made it through. For everyone who's worried, the tree did in fact make it through. I got like 3 beige sets, white on black, black on white, and then just camping is my colored set. Hell yeah. All right. Do we go mix and match? Kind of like the. Do we go mix and match? Or do we go mint? I kind of like the mix and matchy. The mixy matchy, dude. The pink looks like an eraser. Dude. True. It actually does. It legitimately does. I'm trying to think. Like the... Yeah. At least on my screen, the color is like fairly correct. Come on. Let's go all mint. Feeling minty. Yeah, I think that looks clean. That looks clean. That looks good. That looks pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. Juice? Hope that's how you say your name. I'm sorry if that's not how you say your name. If it is how you say your name, that's all. All right, let's get in close. Let's take a trip down. Let's get in nice and tight. Sorry for all the shakies. Oof. Look at how I think this looks great. So this is the Bauer, the V1 Bauer. Little flippy dippy space bar there. Yeah, it's a Bauer Moto Light. Lavender switches lubed with carbon GS2. Here's that nice and glorious booty. You know, little used and abused booty, but man, she's still looking good. Also, if you've never seen it, this is one of my favorite things about the aesthetics of the Bauer. These arches, this ever so slight arch on the front and the back. It just looks so clean. It just looks really good. It's just a nice little touch, especially if you have one that doesn't have the brass bottom. You have one that has the blue or the pink or one of the other colors they offered, or you get one Cerakoted. It just looks so clean. It just peeks out at you. I just think it just, yeah, I love it. But yeah, enough of me just talking about stuff. Let's take a listen to this Bauer. Let's get in close. Sorry, my typing's kind of scuffed, but man, this board, I mean it's a very muted style, like a muted sound, but it sounds just really good. It's just it's not offensive in any way. And I think that's nice. Not every board needs to be offensive sounding. Not everything needs to be loud. It's deep, but it's got attack to it. It's not muddy sounding. It just sounds really, really nice. You know, not everything needs to be a holy panda. The space bars, probably overlubed a little bit, but for the space bar, but it'll get there. It'll work itself out. I may change it a little bit. I may do a little modification to the space bar, but other than that, but it still sounds really good. And it looks really good too. It looks great. I think I'm about it. I love the way that the lavenders feel. The GS2, I feel like with this you get the smooth benefit of that you would get from a 205 grade 0, but it's not quite as mushy because it's not quite as thick. It's a thinner grease. It's got a little bit more oil to it, so it is a little bit more forgiving, and it doesn't quite hold the switch back if you lube a little bit heavily with it. Yeah, man. And the symmetric springs, 63.5 gram symmetric springs in linear. I think this is my favorite spring now. Like, holy crap. It just feels so good. Stray Chroma, what up? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. But yeah, let me get my ugly mug out of here. Let y'all take a gander at this board. I just realized I muted myself. I was like talking about my brass ass, but yeah, dude, look at how good this is. This looks so good. I think this looks really, really good. The Cerakote gray does show, at least I didn't mute my sound. True. Looks nice. This looks so good. That led to one of the best next on deck moments of all time. It did. Yeah, I think this looks really good. I'm really excited about this. I'm so happy to finally have this board back and be able to use it. I love using this board. This is my king of linear builds. When I first got this, people were asking the difference between this, like how it compared to the Bauer to the Iron 165, and it's like, well, I've got a palm plate, so it's two very different things. So, but man, does this look good? It also looks really good with the desk mat. It allows it to pop a little bit more, I think. But yeah, let's bring me back. Hey, what up? Let's bring you back too, chat. Hey, there you are. All right. Well. I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm going to go spend some time with my board. Maybe play some games.
Get that camera already.
Static Age. Thank you for the $10. Appreciate it. We're working on it. We're working on the cameras. We'll get there. The one piece is that it's hard to get the cameras because they don't technically exist yet. Once the A7 IVs get announced, we'll be looking into it a little bit more. And we'll be picking up some of the A7 IVs once they come out. Time travel, duh. Yes. So, if you are not aware, at 5 p.m. today, what? Oh, did I unplug this? Why is it? Okay. All right. At 5 p.m. today, Mr. DD Decline, friend of the channel, will be streaming his build of Dabaka Bean. So go check him out. Go give him a follow. If you're not familiar with what the Dabaka Bean is, you familiar with the Baka 70? This is going to be the ortho-linear version of the board. So for all you ortho lovers out there, there's going to be an ortho 70%. So go give DD a follow and turn on the live notifications so that way you can be a part of the stream that happens here in just a few hours. So head on over to twitch.tv/DDDecline. I'm excited to see the build. I'm excited to see how it comes out. But yeah, with that being said, I think I'm gonna be finished for the day. Who should we raid, chat? Is there anyone on that we should raid? Let's see. Lightning just started. Building a mode 65. Let's see who else is in the makers and crafting section that we can hit up. Custom keyboard kitty cam. Let's see. There's someone doing something with like no viewers. Pass it on to someone. Okay. We got someone. This is interesting. I've never seen this before. Okay. We've got a VTuber building a keyboard. Well, it's obviously like you see their hands, but then they've got the VTuber avatar, I guess is what that would be called. Akaboshi Terumi. First time building a keyboard. So I'm going to head on over there. Well, actually, it's not English. Let me raid someone that you can actually talk to. Because that would be... I don't know, if you don't speak Japanese, which I don't, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what they're saying. Let's see. All right. Disastertron is live. Just went live 5 minutes ago. I am going to raid Disastertron He just went live. I am not on the right screen in order to do this. He's doing some switch lubing some blacks for a build tomorrow. Go send your condolences. If you weren't here earlier in the stream, we talked about how he had a PCB break from doing the tape mod. Pulled off some very necessary items of the PCB while doing that. So go check him out. But yeah, with that being said, come hang out Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central. Myself and Dave, Mr. Chewart Little, are going to be talking about keyboards, hanging out, having a good time. And then Wednesday, we've got Artisan August continuing. We've got 808 and Dread Keys hanging out this week. Possibly some giveaways. So yeah, y'all have a good rest of your weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.